worship. Now, there are very obvious ways to worship, like music and singing and those sorts of things, but I'm going to talk to you about a new way that you can worship that will help impact every area of your life. So let's get into that right now. Well, I just finished this book called Encounter. It is by my new friend, Alan DiDio. He is over at encountertoday.com, and they are just doing incredible things over there, telling the truth. One of the things he's doing here is encouraging you to go deeper in your relationship with the Lord. And that's something that I always want to do. I want you to not rely on me, not rely on your pastor, not rely on some podcast or teaching. Those things are all great and they feed us, but we need to feed ourselves. We need to be self-feeding Christians. Now, of course, I mean, we need to be getting fresh bread from the Lord directly for ourselves. And from the word. And so one of the things he suggests in here is to be prepared to worship. And one of the exercises that he suggests is to just make a list of some of the different attributes of God that really mean something to you. So, what are some of the attributes of God? It could be like the great physician, he's the comforter, he is faithful, he's the high priest, he is sovereign, his grace and mercy, he's the prince of peace, he's your substitute. That's what Jesus did for us on the cross. He's your strong tower. And so make this list and then write out what it means to you. Write out your own personal testimony about this. What does it mean to you? And you can bring to mind perhaps some of the things that God has done in your life or brought you through, or maybe used in a way that you didn't expect. And how has God shown up in your life with this attribute? And then as you make that list, that you can go a step further and you can find some supporting Bible verses. And you can go into Psalms and Proverbs, and they're all over the place. And you can even just do a search online and find those and write down some of those with that. And you see, what's going to happen is a real view of God, a real view of how big and grand and amazing God is what is going to crowd into your mind. It's what's going to take over your mindset, your mentality, the lens that you look through. That's what we need to do. And see, it's going to make you want to worship him. It's a form of worship. You're going to adore and admire and worship. And it's incredible. And this is very powerful. And so what you will have then is a list that you can go back to. And you can start your day with it. You can start your quiet time with it. You can start your Bible reading time, your prayer time, which should be a two-way prayer, not just a one-way prayer direction where it's just you talking, but you want to spend time listening as well. But the thing is, we want to have our faith growing. Now, what is faith? It's not some fill in the gap thing that we have for things we don't understand. It is trust. It's from the Greek word pistis, which means to trust in or to rely on or to have confidence in. I mean, think about that. The chair I'm sitting in right now, I trusted it. I didn't actually test it before I sat in it. I sat in it because I already trusted. And so it's different to know that Jesus died for you. It's different to just know that he is sovereign and to actually trust in what Jesus did. Actually put your faith in it, put your trust in it. Are you going to sit in the chair? And to actually trust the sovereignty over the things that are going on in your life right now, that God has a plan and a purpose and he will use it and he will waste nothing. He will have provision for anything that comes to you. But the thing is, it's not going to happen if if you have an umbrella and it's raining out and you can enjoy being super dry under your umbrella. But if you set the umbrella over there and you're walking out around here thinking, what's the deal? I opened my umbrella this morning. Yeah, but you left it over there. Well, yeah, but you see, it's the same thing. If you want God's blessings, they happen inside God's boundaries. He will work everything out for our good, even our mistakes. That's not a license to do whatever you want to do and make mistakes and not care and be careless. That shows where your heart's at, if that's what you're doing. But if we serve the Lord and we stay under his umbrella, then he will bring us provision. He will take us through. He will waste nothing. And so I want to encourage you to do this exercise. Write down some of those attributes. What are the top ones for you? What are the ones that really have meaning for you? Where has God really showed up in your life? And write those out. And as you do that, I think your heart and your love for the Lord will grow. And that's really going to set you up to grow in your faith, to grow in your walk with Christ. And you can find some verses to go along with that. And it's going to bless you going forward. And you can always go back to it. You can always add to it. You can always add more testimonies. And I think actually, as you start to do this, God is going to show up in your life more and more and more. Actually, he's already showing up a lot. It's a matter of us recognizing that he's there. He's already talking a lot. It's a matter of, are we paying attention? Do we recognize what he's doing, or are we just ignoring what he's saying? We want to be in the word and obeying. Trust and obey. It's not, delayed obedience is disobedience. So we want to obey what the Lord is saying as we do this. So I hope that blesses you. Would you share this with a friend? And if you're, again, watching the video of this, would you like and subscribe and leave a comment below on how this impacted you or your commitment to do this? And if you're on the audio, just head over to ryanshoward.com and you can get in touch with me there. Thank you so much for joining me today. God bless, and we'll see you next time.